behind the golden gates of Buckingham Palace, where history and tradition echo through every corridor, one of the most difficult and emotionally charged moments in the life of Queen Elizabeth II quietly unfolded. The world often sees the monarchy as a symbol of unwavering strength, a fortress of protocol and composure. But even within these storied walls, the pain of personal sacrifice can be overwhelming. In the heart of the palace, Queen Elizabeth faced a decision that would test not only her role as sovereign, but her very identity as a mother. A royal courtier, speaking candidly for the first time, has revealed that stripping her beloved son, Prince Andrew, of his royal titles and military honors was not simply a matter of royal protocol or public expectation. It was, in fact, a deeply personal and heartbreaking act of motherhood, one that would leave scars on both the Queen and her family for years to come. The world may have seen a monarch acting with resolve, but behind closed doors, it was a mother's heart that was breaking. In early 2022, after years of mounting controversy and relentless media scrutiny over Prince Andrew's association with the disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein, the Queen was forced to confront a reality that no parent ever wishes to face. The allegations swirling around Andrew had become a storm, threatening to engulf the entire royal family, casting a shadow over the monarchy's reputation and legacy. The Queen, who had weathered countless storms during her reign, now faced a historic decision, one that would reverberate not just through the palace, but across the world, in a move that stunned Britain and sent shockwaves through royal circles. She announced the removal of Andrew's military titles and royal patronages. The headlines blared with the news, and the public reaction was swift and intense. But what the world did not see was the private agony behind palace doors. For Queen Elizabeth, this was not just a matter of public image or royal duty. It was a decision that shattered her as a mother. According to a royal courtier who spoke to The Times, the Queen found it almost unbearable to publicly humiliate her own son. She had always been a devoted mother, fiercely protective of her children, and the thought of stripping Andrew of his titles was a source of deep anguish. Yet, as the head of state, she felt she had no choice. The monarchy, with its centuries-old traditions and responsibilities, demanded that she put the institution above her own feelings. She loved Andrew deeply. He was her darling boy, the son she had doted on since his birth. Their bond was well known within royal circles, and those close to the family often remarked on the special connection between mother and son. But Queen Elizabeth's life was defined by duty, and she had always placed the needs of the crown above her own desires. Even as she grew older, her sense of responsibility never wavered. She stood as the guardian of the monarchy's reputation, determined to protect it at all costs. Sources close to the palace say she agonized over the decision for days, consulting with senior advisors, weighing every possible outcome and considering the impact on both her family and the nation. The Queen was known for her careful deliberation, and this was perhaps the most difficult choice she had ever faced. In January 2022, after much soul-searching, Her Majesty summoned Andrew for a private meeting. The atmosphere was heavy with emotion, as the Queen informed her son that his military affiliations and royal titles were being returned to the crown. From that moment on, Andrew would no longer be known as His Royal Highness. It was, as one aide described it, the ultimate royal rebuke, a public acknowledgement that even the Queen's own son was not above the standards expected of the royal family. But to the Queen, it was more than a rebuke, it was heartbreak. The pain of that moment lingered long after the headlines faded. Even after the scandal, insiders say she never stopped being a mother. Despite the public fallout, the Queen continued to support Andrew privately, offering him comfort and understanding in his darkest hours. She invited him to Balmoral, her beloved Scottish retreat, where the family often sought solace from the pressures of public life. There, away from the glare of the media, mother and son could share quiet moments together, reflecting on the past and searching for a way forward. During her final months, the Queen allowed Andrew to remain close to her, despite the controversy that continued to swirl around him. It was a testament to the enduring power of a mother's love, a love that could not be extinguished even by scandal or public disgrace. One courtier put it simply, it was the hardest thing she ever had to do. The Queen, who had faced wars, political crises, and family tragedies, found this personal ordeal to be her greatest test. And yet, she did it. Not for herself, not for Andrew, but for the monarchy she had sworn to protect since the day she ascended the throne. Her sense of duty was absolute, and she understood that the survival of the institution depended on her willingness to make painful choices. As the royal family moves forward, the shadow of that decision still lingers. The removal of Andrew's titles marked a turning point for the monarchy, signaling a new era of accountability and transparency. For many, it stands as a symbol of the Queen's extraordinary strength and her profound humanity. She was a monarch who ruled with grace, wisdom, and an unshakable sense of purpose, but she was also a mother who carried the pain of impossible choices deep within her heart. The story of Queen Elizabeth and Prince Andrew is a reminder that even those who seem most powerful are not immune to the struggles of family, love, and loss. It is a story of sacrifice, resilience, and the enduring bond between a mother and her child. What do you think? Was Queen Elizabeth right to take away Prince Andrew's titles? Should the demands of royal duty always come before the bonds of family? Or is there a point where a mother's love should outweigh even the most sacred traditions? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As we reflect on this extraordinary chapter in royal history, we are reminded that the crown is not just a symbol of power, but a burden carried by real people, with real emotions and real sacrifices. Queen Elizabeth's decision will be debated for years to come, but one thing is certain. Her legacy is defined not just by her reign, but by the courage and compassion she showed in the face of unimaginable pain.